welcome to the Queens Having It All Summit. Today we are talking about how to step into time freedom to do what you love while succeeding in life. And I have a special guest here for you, Lydia. She is a six-figure mompreneur of two businesses with 9 years of financial advocacy experience and 2 years as a coach. So, my dear, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you, Ellie. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy and honored to be here. My name is Lydia Na. I am from Singapore. I'm a six-figure mompreneur of two businesses. And I really aim to lead women to empowered time freedom lifestyles. In fact, I believe that time freedom is a birthright for every woman.
That sounds good. Can you share with us what have you been facing in your life that you decided to become a time freedom lifestyle coach, first of all, and what is your story? How did it start that you were looking to have more time freedom into your own life?
Well, definitely time freedom was something that it didn't even cross my mind 2 years ago. And I think back then, I was stuck in this position where I was taking care of my kid. I'm sure many ladies, you'll be able to resonate how tiring it is to take care of a young child, young toddler. And I was also running my business full-time then. Back then, I was very mentally exhausted. I didn't know how to recharge myself. Mentally, physically, emotionally exhausted, always running myself to the ground with so many things to do, but at the end of the day, I still felt so unproductive. That was actually how I decided to get coaching support. From there on, afterwards, with the skill set that I have learned, I decided to help more women in attaining a time freedom lifestyle so that they no longer be trapped by any of these physical time traps or mental time traps, which I'm going to talk about later on, and really relish everything that life has: love, right? Family, career, freedom, and money.
And how did you feel when you were trapped in those burnout stage where you were just overwhelmed with everything, with your business, with life? And how did you feel back then?
Oh gosh, it was I guess it was really one of my life's darkest moments. I think every day you feel like you are stuck in a hamster wheel. Being stuck in a hamster wheel, just stuck in the motion, but you don't feel any joy, you don't feel any fulfillment, you don't feel exhausted. It was kind of like you're just being boxed up, zombified, and it was really, I came to a point when I felt that, and especially for mothers who are listening out here, you would feel that part of you where you're like, I want to be a better version of myself for my child. Yes, it came to the point where I was like, I can't, and we all know, right? We are in energetic success business. We know that, how we feel is how the people around us is gonna feel. And I think I came to that point where I didn't want to spread any of my negative energy to my family members, to my friends, to my kid even. And that was when I decided to switch my life around.
Well, I love that higher purpose, and I do resonate with Lydia's story a lot, and I did implement the things that she did too. She is, by the way, my mastermind partner, my long-term mastermind partner. So we support each other in our business, and I do follow those steps that she will be teaching here too, to have a successful business, successful six-figure business, while having the time and freedom to do what I love. And I'm so grateful and happy to have found this method, because for me, I didn't really have another choice. You guys know that I was a kind of like a high achieving woman and always trying my best. And I also was trained to be numbed in my feelings, always doing the work, doing my school back then, university, and it really got me to a point of so much burnout. I ignored my emotions so there was one thing, but so much burnout and physical sickness of an autoimmune disease that I was like, I don't have another choice than letting go of this hustle, than letting go of this time pressure. And although I was this high achieving woman who wanted the best, I was having the best grades in school since I'm so young. This is just so inside of me. And I always wanted to be the best in everything. But I was put on an edge to be like, I can't do this anymore. I can't. My body is tired, is sick. I can't. And I actually back then, that was a little bit sad. I was like, okay, whatever, then I will just not be successful. Well, not successful in life. It is what it is. I can't change it. But
Yes.
luckily, I found another way. I found another way to have time freedom, to have a lot of recharge, and to still be successful, even more successful than I would ever imagine to be. Like, I am the first generation of my family actually being wealthy. And I'm so lucky to have found this method, and Lydia is the expert teaching that. I embody that too, but I'm of course not focused on that, but more on dating as a coach. So anyways, this time freedom lifestyle method that we are going to talk about in a second, how you actually can get there, changed my life. And Lydia had a higher purpose of her kid, and she just wanted to change her life. I had like a burn down moment of no other choice. But wherever you are being at, whatever your reason is, you get to decide that, I can have it differently. Or at least if you get out of this live stream, take the inspiration that I can have success while being recharged, while having enough time for everything, for myself, for my family, for my hobbies. I can do whatever I love and still have the money. Like, if you take one thing out of this live stream, this one, just the mindset shift, because so many women, me included in the past, they don't even know that there's a different way, right?
Yes, I mean, I would love to expand on that point where you actually said that growing up, we were only taught to work like the masculine, right? We gotta work hard, hustle, put in more hours, study hard, and then you will get there, work hard, pull the hours, and sacrifice your health, sacrifice your relationship. We were taught that that was the way to success. But we end up losing relationships. We end up losing ourselves in the process. Some of us end up losing our health. And at the end of it all, there are so many women who are at the top. They have all the career success. But when they look around them, they are lonely. They lose out so much time, and they lose out so much youth along the way as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like that that really boils down like the mindset. Yeah.
Absolutely. And there are even studies around that. I was researching that a man, like more core masculine person, right, who's like core born with more testosterone, okay, when they are chasing, hustling, struggling, while not being okay, when they're super stressed, it's not good for them either. But when they're just chasing, struggling, doing those hard, rough sports, their testosterone level even rises, and it's good for their health. And then there are studies, by the way, this is like a book that I really love. I'm gonna look it up about the study and put it in the comments.
I think it's The Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus by John Gray. Yeah.
This book is sharing them really well. And then women who are like more at core feminine and have less testosterone, right? When they hustle so much, they work without recharging, the hormone's gonna go mess up, and they run out of testosterone, and then the body is borrowing the testosterone from the organs, and like the whole hormonal stuff is gonna be messed up, and that really negatively impacts the whole body. Like me, like I got an autoimmune disease through hustling. And how to return health, we will talk in another video today, but definitely this is something to keep in mind. And then what do we do with that, right? And we have the solution for you guys here, because what you do with that is you run your life differently. You run your business differently, different than you have been taught in school, at the workplace. Like our world, unfortunately, didn't catch up yet to make it adjusted to women. It's not.
Yes.
I'm very happy that women are able to make money, have their own businesses, go have a job. However, you know that it's just a few generations and it just didn't catch up yet to make it adjustable for women. But we are here to model for you that you can have success while honoring yourself, your body, your hormones, and your time, and while having it all.
Yeah, I think that was the missing piece, like having the understanding to recharge myself, giving myself the capacity to rest, to take breaks was something that I didn't do at all. And that was why I burnt out. Like I was reading the 5 a.m. Book by Robin Sharma. I was doing everything according to the book's productivity hacks, time hacks, and else. When I woke up at 5 a.m., I was waking up at 5 a.m. not to meditate. I was waking up at 5 a.m. to create my to-do list and start crunching out tasks. And by the time 8 a.m. comes about, I was just crushed.
We will talk about the importance of recharge a bit later, and why is it not a time waste if you want to be a successful person, and why multimillionaires that my clients date need this recharge too, and how they use that deep recharge to attract the wealth and the success.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's start first with the question, and that is, when you step into time freedom, you do what you love while having career success. So I think the audience is very curious to know what time freedom is all about. Can you share with us?
Yeah. So time freedom was a word that I came up with myself because it really unlocked my key to happiness. Like I think my friends, my family, my relationship with my kid has improved like 10 lifetimes after I experienced and unlocked time freedom. Because through this, I realized, basically when everybody want to talk about, I want to get better with time efficiency, there's pretty much 2 layers that you have to get really good at. The first is actually like physical time traps. So physical time traps such as procrastination, I have to improve my focus, calendaring, prioritizing, basically whatever all the books of Brian Tracy Success Library teaches you, right? And after you get pretty good at physical, the next deeper level, which is that's when a lot of my clients, they come to me to clear out, is actually the mental mind traps. What are these mental mind traps? These mental mind traps are the things that we teach ourselves that we have adjusted because of society. We tell ourselves that, we cannot rest because it's time wasted. If I take a break, I'm wasting my time. I need to hustle more. I need to put in more hours. If not, I will be left behind, right? And when we are constantly running it on our such like subconscious thoughts, they are the ones who are actually, you can only do so much to switch your everyday actions, but it is only temporary. The ones that really drive you and your innate being is actually your mindset. So that I think that was something that Ellie mentioned earlier on. The one that really helped me to unlock was shifting my mindset completely from a lack mindset, from I have no time, to I have all the time in the world, right?
We have again the abundant mindset pillar here that added to the success too, right? Like the time freedom mindset. Is the abundant mindset too, where you step into, I do have enough time. I decided it right now, and I'm gonna have also enough money. So that's an energetic part where you embody overflow and attract it. So we can scratch on that in a second too. But can you tell with me, what are you doing to recharge? Like, what are you doing, especially on Wednesdays?
Oh, I love this juicy bit. Yes. I came up with Self-Love Wednesday, right? How juicy does that sound? And honestly, if it's not for my entrepreneurship lifestyle, which that is why like a lot of women, they come to me, I want to have all the time. I always tell them that if you can, Go and create a business that you love, that a passion that you have, and create a business that you love. Because when you are embodying that, like what you shared, the abundance, the money comes, the clients comes, the happiness comes, and that is very magnetic for career success naturally. So Self-Love Wednesday is actually a midweek break.
How come that when you have full of self-love, it's magnetic to career success? How come that when you're passionate, it's magnetic to career success, opposed to when you are not passionate and when you are full of self-hatred?
Yes, so of course, like, I think a lot of people will say that, oh, I can't make money out of my passion. If I want to have money, I have to go for 9 to 5 because it's more stable, blah, blah, blah. That is just a myth, right? Because the reality is that if you are powered by passion, if your career is built on passion, and of course, we're not discounting the fact that you have structure, right? We're not just in here just to feminine and flow, but we also want to respect and honor the masculine structure to support. You take the skill set, right? You go and learn, you take up courses, anything that you don't know, you go and find out. And that is when the feminine and the masculine integrates to each other so well. And when you are so passionate, okay, clients starts coming in. In fact, you attract high-paying clients. You attract empowered clients like yourself, right? And of course, that's when the money will come. I'm sure Ellie also has a fair share of very empowered clients as well.
Oh yes, I have the most amazing, gorgeous clients. I'm always attracting the perfect clients for me, and I'm so grateful to be working with them. It's just so amazing. And
Yes,
and I believe that you can step into attracting more wealth when you come from an happy, empowered, passionate space, is because you're open to overflow. If someone is in pain, the subconscious believes that it's painful, and we don't want pain. Like, we humans, we run away from pain. If something, even with food, imagine food, there's something you don't like, you don't want to eat it. But if there's something you love to eat, you can't stop, right? So the same is even with business, or in anything, even in dating. When we are embodied with passion and joy, we naturally draw this in because our subconscious, our bodies are open for that, and we want to have more.
yes, I'm not only just attracting people, attracting opportunities, attracting clients, attracting ideas even, because you're so open to receiving, right? But on the other hand, if you are a lack mindset, you come from that space of lack mindset, you are like, no, this can't work, that can't work. And then, from having like 100 or unlimited possibilities, you just come down to like, what, 2 or 3? And of course, they don't work because your energy behind it and your belief behind it is that they don't work.
Mm-hmm. So what else are you doing in your self-love Wednesday, or just for yourself to recharge?
Yeah, so I think for me, very fundamental in across all of my clients, first month when they come on board with me, is actually to get them on a meditation practice. I know a lot of people, they actually have been talking about meditation, and there were so many ways to do it, especially when in YouTube video. I have tried, tested, and found like the perfect secret recipe to how having that meditation to really work for you in such a time-efficient way. And I really helped them in terms of, and I feel that meditation was also something that also helped me when I started 2 years ago. Even up to now, my kid gets up about 7:10, 7:15. I wake up at 6:30, okay, just to have that meditation time to myself. And I think it really sends a powerful message to your body that we put ourselves first.
Mm-hmm.
I know sometimes like a lot of society norms, more so especially in Asian stereotypes as well, that putting yourself first is selfish. Putting yourself first, it means that it comes, but that actually comes from a lack mindset, that they feel that if you take that time, you can't give that time to somebody else. But why can't we look at it from abundant perspective, right? If I refill my cup first, I'm able to give more to the people around me.
Absolutely. When you refill your cup first. And I love how we bring up this topic, because I was literally thinking this morning, I'm so glad that I know those tools, how to recharge in fast periods of time. Because in the last few days, obviously, I'm running this summit for the first time, even that's my first summit, and I'm working more than I'm used to. And without being burnt out, because I'm, in my masculine energy when being here in live and sharing with you, bringing value, doing posts. So how do I recharge in a fast period? And yes, I do use meditations, and I call it the underneath thought recharge method. Um, and it's like really letting the brain rest. You drop with the meditation or with other tools that work for you, right? Like we both help clients find the right tools for them, but you basically drop into your body and you connect to your body, you connect to your feelings, you connect to your intuition. And this is how you connect to your feminine power. And this is how you can recharge, your hormones can recharge, and you quickly will be able to come back to your productive period, and you'll be 10 times more productive than when you're constantly on running off this hamster wheel and never get the recharge. And if you're okay, I would like to address this one point that so many women in dating, they don't know what they bring to the table when they're dating a millionaire, right? This is exactly what you bring to the table, because most of men, they struggle with accessing their intuition, with accessing their body, with accessing, this underthought recharge. But feminine women, yeah, or women who are masculine but learned to access their feminine side too, like more balanced women. I believe we both are very balanced. We can tap into masculine and feminine energy like that.
Yeah, being dynamic.
But the feminine woman, imagine this woman. She is like just in the moment, present, enjoying the gifts, enjoying the time, enjoying whatever he's bringing, right? So not in her head, very much in her body, very much relaxed, very much enjoying, like just doing spas and stuff. And she is bringing that puzzle piece for that millionaire, and he's able to tap into that wealth because there is no overflow, and it's just not sustainable to always be just hustling, not even for a man. Imagine your heartbeat, it always beats and takes a break, beats and takes a break, and the feminine part is the break. So
Right.
often the rest and the breaks and the feminine side is like, oh, I don't need it, I just want the faster beating. Yeah, you don't want that, trust me, that's not sustainable. And again, multimillionaires who are dating, they know this. That's why I even love when women go out with very affluent men, because they value feminine energy and they know this is one of the keys to their big success, because they need this underthought recharge. And if they didn't train themselves to access it themselves, the intuition, the emotions, the relaxation, they will rely on a feminine woman. And by the way, and I'd like to address this here too, many ladies who are very successful, very much in their head, very much always hustling, they also tend to choose what? Embodied feminine men who are in their body, relaxed, bringing them away from this hustle mode, because they're like always in this hamster wheel, always doing more. So they're choosing this feminine guy that can allow them to just like forget all of those things for a moment, to get out of their head. He's like taking them into this feminine juice. And you know what? You can learn this yourself, and to share with you how you can just decide to do that yourself, and to still be with a masculine man, because you're gonna bring the recharge, the embodiment, the juice. And this is so powerful when you have it all, like you literally have it all, the masculine side and the feminine of recharge.
Yes, I really love, like, you say about being dynamic. When we are with when we can be so masculine at work, right? But when we are with our men, that's when we drop back into our feminine side. We relax, we be present, we enjoy the moment, right? And like what you shared, the male, the masculine is always like hustle, hustle, hustle. But we remind them of the feminine. We remind them that it's important to enjoy the moment, right? And our presence can be so powerful that when they're around us, they are like, hey, I really love to be around her.
This is the magnetic thing. This is what a feminine woman brings to the table. And she is the energy. She's like the energy for the car to drive faster. Yeah. She brings the good fuel for the car to drive faster. And I'm going to share with you guys a secret here. No, it's not a secret. It's just that when I started this work, I stepped into my feminine side to get the polarity, to be magnetic to men. But I didn't get it yet that I can use this for myself too. And I can use this for my own success and business. It literally didn't come to my mind for at least a year or two. I would be in this feminine, present, recharged way when I was on a date or with the man and at work. I was super magnetic and I felt good. But by myself, I would go back and just hustling until I realized, hey, I can't take a break by myself. I can be the feminine energy source for myself, right? Like, so it took me a while to apply those concepts in business too. I just didn't know that those can be applied because again, this conditioning and this habits, right, that are here to tell us, oh, you always have to work. Don't take even 5 minutes of a break.
Yes, and I think there is a lot, like in society, there is a lot of like shame and guilt about not working hard. Like if you don't work hard, you're lazy. If you don't work hard, you are being left behind. So there is a lot of shaming behind it, which of course it was a deconditioning that I had to do for myself because I also came from a hustling background. And in fact, like in my business financial advisory, I came from that hustling background as well. I had to do it like the guys, call 100 people, 10 people will pick up, only one person would buy from you. And I was like, how many people do I need to call to make some sales? And I think that it actually came to a point which I would love to address that. And like what Ellie shared at the beginning, if you actually feel that you had enough, like I think Ellie also had enough in terms of her health. Like for me, I also had enough in terms of being at my darkest point. We actually what we call point of expiration, right? When the way that you have been working is no longer able to bring you to the next level, right? It's no longer bring you to the next level of happiness, of experiencing love, of experiencing connection with the people around you, of experiencing with yourself. And I think when we reach that point of expiration, the universe will always keep knocking on your door until you get it, until you open the door and learn your lesson. So if you feel like, you have reached that point where you are tired of exhaustion, you are tired of having to settle, like Ellie also said, like she had to settle, like, all right, I want my health, so I shall not be successful. And I think and I think for many women, especially on deciding whether they want to have a family or they should not, or they want career success, they end up either, I want career, so I shall not have a family. Or if I want to have a family, I will just be like going through my day, not having much career goals, not striving, even though they have a lot of potential, even though they have a lot of capacity to earn more. And I feel like that's such a waste of the talent. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, because if someone wants it, then they get to have it, right? But if someone doesn't want it, that's fine too, right? If someone just wants to have the family and is fulfilled, great. But the problem comes when you actually want it, just like I wanted health and success, and you think you can only have one. So what other limiting beliefs or myths do people have around having time freedom?
Yeah. So I mean, like what I mentioned, the self-love Wednesday is one routine that I have. I really spend that day nourishing my physical self. I go for piloxing, which is a mix of Pilates, boxing, and dance. It is so empowering in a very feminine way. I feed myself lunchtime smoothie, shakes, just to really nourish myself physically. I take a nap. Okay, I take a nap, watch TV, go out shopping, do anything that my heart desires, Millie. And I think with that, I always find myself going back to Thursday and Friday feeling a lot more recharged. And I work like 2 times efficiency. And then before you know it, 48-hour no work weekend comes. That's when you enjoy Saturday, Sunday fully with your family, basking in. I have a big family, so we always have family gatherings with my niece, nephew, my parents. And I think that really gives me a lot of energy when Monday comes about. Yeah. And one really powerful tip that I would really share, especially if you're running a business, is to also is to first honor your energetic boundaries, right? Okay, if you're not going to pick up the phone call because it's work, tell your clients that, hey, I'm having a rest day. Tell them beforehand. Don't reply them straight away, because if you want other people to respect your boundaries, you got to respect yourself first.
Thanks for sharing. Amazing points here. And all of you know now, hopefully by this point, that a life where you have time freedom lifestyle is possible. Just like I have the time to do whatever I desire. I can go out with friends, family. I can go to the gym. I can sleep as long as I want. I take time to recharge. I just have so much time and money and energy at this point. It's like a complete different world for me, which I don't share a lot about, because obviously I do mostly dating content, but it is something that we both, me and Lydia, have been working on the last 2 years. We've been, as I said, mastermind partners, and really having a business that supports you, really having success that supports you. And even if you don't have a business, let's say you have, a 9-to-5 job, or you're just at home, all of those concepts are going to really, really help you, because at the end of the day, you're also a CEO of your own life, right? You are a CEO of running your household, going out with friends, getting things done. So these concepts are going to help you in all life areas. And I want to end just address a few points that you would have to learn and embody in order to get from the hustling mode, being burnt out, or just not having no time for anything, to having the time freedom to do what you love while having the success. So the few points we already addressed is, of course, the abundant mindset, yeah? That you believe that you change the belief from lack of there is no money out there. I mean, no money if I don't work, no time, not enough this. If your thoughts and emotions are set to not enough, your thought is not enough, your emotion is lack, like there's no way you can hustle yourself to abundance, because your navigation system, let's imagine Google Maps, is set to lack, and then you're driving towards lack and you're like, I want to go to abundance, but your navigation system is set to lack. So when you want to go to abundance, there must be some changes done internally in terms of thoughts and emotions, so that you actually are able to go into this abundance of time and emotions, and abundance of time and money and energy. Is there anything you want to add to this one point before I go to the second?
Yes, I think you also mentioned about doing the inner work. Aside from the mindset shift, is also clearing out a lot of emotional baggage. I believe there is also, for me, to decondition myself, where I used to pride myself a lot on hard work, on putting in a lot of hours. And then afterwards, if I end up like, oh, I don't have much things to do, I wouldn't be able to enjoy my self-love Wednesday if I didn't switch and clear out shame and guilt, okay, and swap it out for confidence or empowerment. So I think that is really something really powerful. A lot of people, they tend to just with spiritual bypass, or they just tend to ignore any emotional story going on. And of course, we had to do a lot of inner work to dig deep into our own stories of shame. What caused that shame? What caused you to feel guilty back then? And then of course, when we clear it out, only then we are able to embody that confidence, that empowered feeling. Otherwise, even if I give you a blank day where I give you like a $10,000 and you're paid to sit and do nothing, you'll still feel bad about yourself.
Yes, these are the next points that you're already addressing. Amazing. So the next point is being aware of the subconscious beliefs. It's not easy to spot them by yourself sometimes. Like, that's why you do have a coach who helps you. And we both had coaching too since years. So we are here to model that. It didn't happen like that overnight. So addressing those beliefs that don't serve you, because a belief is formed when you see your family doing something, or you see the society doing something, and then your brain believes this is the truth. But then you think about it, is there another person who has a different reality? So for example, when you watch our video right now, you see, okay, those two have a different reality. So I choose to have a different belief, and this belief will help you create your new reality. So this, abundant mindset, the second one was the beliefs. The third one that Lydia already talked about was the shadows, which means the guilt to be just relaxed. For example, like when you put a shadow into, it's bad to not work so much, I'm going to be a bad person, then it's holding you back. So we shine light on that and changing it to, it's okay if I don't work so much, if I just work 2 or 4 or 6 hours per day, not 10 or 12. Yeah, so allowing yourself to shine light on those spots where maybe other people were guilting you or shaming or blaming you for, and now you decide to, no, it's no longer shameful. I decided this is okay for me. And the next,
Yes, and yes, yeah.
Want to share?
And I think so I go ahead.
You wanted to share an example?
Yeah, and I think sometimes, especially for like women, the ones that often are the ones that trigger us, or they put on the negative feelings onto us, or the one that we are the most conscious about how they feel are always the direct people around us. It can be our parents, it can be our siblings, it can be our partner. It can also be our husband as well. And I think a lot of women, we actually have to realize and to own our truth as an individual, right? We can have a very different truth from even our partners. They may be our partners, they may be our parents, they may be our siblings, but you get to own a different kind of reality. And I think it's only, we have to be willing to step out of that comfort zone, step out of that tribe, then we are able to attain a different success or a different reality as compared to them. Otherwise, you can't, be be stuck in a group of people and expecting a different reality from them, isn't it?
True. That's true. So it's a really, really important thing to address.
Yeah.
So, and another point is the emotional mastery. Yeah. So I addressed yesterday in the call with Shamsa why emotional mastery is so important for your dating life. But emotional mastery is also extremely important for your career, business, and generally life, because if you don't know how to deal with your triggers, with your past, you didn't clean it up, you will end up having a really heavy baggage on your back, and it's hard. And then you will be taken back to the past all the time, or the past triggers you, or other people trigger you. You can't really focus so much, and honestly, you will just be already exhausted by those triggers and emotions, right? So that's one point to address.
Yeah, you're right about emotional mastery. Instead of, you being the victim of your emotions, you get to be the master of your emotions. I think, for those who are sick and tired of being triggered, it's like you are tired of being on this pendulum swing. right? You're tired of always being externally validated, what people say, what people think, how your emotions go swing up and down, and you're tired of it. And there is a way, of course, so for Ellie, she also has an expertise in helping her clients emotional mastery, for myself as well, on how you navigate yourself out of the negative feelings, out of the negative emotions, bring yourself to that neutral zone, and of course going upwards from there.
Absolutely. And again, it is super important for relationships so that you don't attract always fights. But for business and career success, it's the same important, because when you are again always in the past with your triggers, or you don't know how to bring yourself up to a neutral and positive space, it's just wasting so much energy and time. And let me give you guys an example. For example, I think I even gave it yesterday, when you are cooking something and you burned the food, yeah, a person who don't have emotional mastery, they will be angry because they wanted to give this food to their family. Maybe guests are coming. They are in panic, frustration, negativity, anger. The logic is turned out, and we only have fight, flight, freeze left. So they are like super angry and probably gonna mess up this food even more. Yeah. So, but then a person who has the emotional mastery, will probably, okay, I messed up. We'll just take a breath, stay grounded, stay in a neutral emotional zone. Maybe even think about something positive, think about a positive solution, become creative, because they didn't go into fight, flight, freeze. So they stopped the fight, flight, freeze trigger response. They were able to stay neutral, they were able to stay in positive energy, and they were able to kind of like fix the food or cook something else quickly or order something. And the same
is, or even get takeout.
Yeah, or takeout. And the same is with business. Like I remember one of my mentors always told me, if you want to step into six figure, you have to be unshaken by anything. Because successful people, they go down, of course, but they know how to get up, especially emotionally, because then the creative solutions comes easier. And I really had to learn this too, because me in the past, even running my business or my life, when something negative happened, I would just be so sad about this, would cry about this for days and weeks. And I was just like so devastated. And then maybe at some point I forgot about it. So time waste, time, energy leaks so much, right? But once I embodied and learned and mastered emotional mastery, which, you need in all areas of life, really. Once I did that, guess what? If something goes wrong, which, for example, for me, the emails section went wrong yesterday. Okay, so the emails, I'm new to this new email campaign, it didn't send out. My old self would be so angry, right? Like, why is it not working? This. And maybe I would just waste so much energy. But my new self, I'm just staying grounded. I'm not going into this fight, flight, freeze response. I'm staying grounded, and I'm connecting to this positive emotions and vision of it's gonna work out. Yeah. And guess what? The solution was found pretty quickly then. So yes, things are going to happen to you and to me too. Yeah, in this summit, many things went wrong that I wanted to have differently. But guess what? Because I have the emotional mastery, I can find a solution quickly, easily, with positivity, and it's fun. That's the most important thing. It's fun when you have the emotional mastery. When you know how to deal with your emotions, life becomes fun, dating becomes fun, business becomes fun. And when things happen, right, like with my emails, people didn't get the emails who sign up, I'm not gonna be frustrated and angry. I'll be like, okay, my emotional mastery is here. I know how to stay positive, and my brain keeps being turned on because I didn't go into fight, flight, freeze, and I found a quick solution. And some of you might think, oh, well, but I'm always so logical. My brain is always on. I'm always good to think. Well, if you are, emotionally stable and you know how to bring yourself up, great. But some women, they are not. They are just numbing their emotions. They're numbing their emotion, and they, just like you say, running on zombie. And this is not sustainable, because when you numb your emotions, it's like you have a car without gasoline. Like driving, at some point you will stop, you will get the burnout, you will get the no energy anymore. Again,
Yes.
are those millionaires wanting to be with feminine women because it's the fuel for their car. Feminine women bring so much to the table, they don't even know how much they bring, so much. And same with within yourself. You have both feminine and masculine internally. And when you don't connect to your emotions, which as I was sharing, this meditations connect to your emotions, this underneath thought recharge connect to your body and emotions. When you don't connect to your emotions, you will be burned out because emotions are your fuel. It's like energy in motion, right? So yeah, there is no way on bypassing that unless you want to feel like a zombie and burned out. And again, it has to come through some source. So some people will get it through then food, drugs, addictions, maybe even feminine men to just get some positive emotions to get going. Why are so many people addicted to those addictive things? Because they need those emotions, they need this energy and motion to keep going through the life, and it's not healthy, but you get to do it in a healthy way. How? You have the emotional mastery, you let go of the past, you let go of the baggages, you connect to your own emotions. And I'm telling you, ladies, you're sitting on, like, I don't know the English word, like on a real big piece of gold, because you have yourself in your own emotions. And once you know how to deal with them, you can access them, and you have limitless power to do things, limitless power, limitless energy, and you access this limitless wealth and overflow. And it's just so juicy.
Yes, I really love that. I think when you actually said that negative emotions, they really drain, they are like draining your battery. I think that's absolutely true, because that was really how I felt. And I believe that for those who are running on negative emotions, frustration, helplessness, anger, rage, or even feeling lonely, right? All these negative emotions, they take a lot out of you. And because precisely they take up a lot of space within you, you don't have the capacity to receive ideas. You don't have the intuition. You can't access your intuition as well for more creative solutions out of the box. And I think like what you shared, that a lot of masculine women, they end up numbing themselves. In fact, I was there. I stuff myself down. I ignore my feelings. I just have an emotional shutdown. I basically, I didn't even really want to connect with the people around me. And on the other hand, when we are in our feminine, when we are relaxing, we are having abundant time, right? Even no matter how frustrated your partner can be, when they look at you, they still want to do things for you without you even asking for it.
And I love that you bring up this point of intuition. One of my clients even tell me they like working with me because I'm so connected to my intuition. I just always know if something is, aligned to their heart, if they are saying things out of fear, or if they really want something. So I can help them making decisions in using intuition. Intuition is like another tool that really brings
Yes.
limitless space. Okay, I
Yeah.
think just one or two more points, and that is being able to receive, right? Like being able to
All right.
receive, that really gives you receive support and receive whatever you want to receive and overflow. That's very feminine, and that's really will give you also the freedom to have more than enough. And I'm it sounds easy, yeah, just receive, but I myself struggled a lot with that. I struggled with receiving anything because for me, receiving meant it was bad. Receive
Mm.
meant that um something painful. Like I thought if I'm gonna receive, I will be in trouble and it will be bad. So again, we kind of like go back to the point of what Lydia was talking about before, the mental clutter that, oh, if I stop working, it's something bad will happen. So same here, limiting beliefs that if I receive, that was for me, but everyone else has a different story. If I receive, I'm gonna be in trouble. People gonna want something back from me, and it's just not good. So I didn't want I blocked receiving because I didn't feel safe with that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of, yeah, I think a lot of us, we are actually being told to prove our worth through giving, which is a very masculine trait. We are being told to work more. That's why we want to work more, because we have to provide more. We have to prove our self-worth more. And it's the other opposite that's being taught to us. It's, when we are receiving, we cannot enjoy, the good things just stop there if we actually sit back and receive. And I think for me was also another layer of deconditioning. It was also like, I would also love to share, like in my insurance business, especially, there's like quite a lot of passive income, like clients who continue to pay for their premiums, they actually add up with what we call passive income. But even coming to that stage of enjoying the passive income was also challenging for me. And, I had to clear out a lot of clutter. I had to clear out a lot of baggage around hustling as well. Just really being in that moment and honoring my feminine side. And, if you want to step into this time freedom lifestyle, it is essentially running your life in a feminine way.
Mhm. And one thing I'd like to add in here, we have just 2 more points, and we're good. You can only run your life in a feminine way when you have a masculine structure. And that's why in our coachings, we have a lot of plannings, vision works, taking action of structure. Why? Because there is no river without a riverbed. Even when you look at it from this, like for all ladies who come from this dating side, feminine and masculine is a perfect match, right? Like the feminine shows up, it's like enjoying, and the masculine plans the date, plans the plans the restaurant, picks you up. Imagine 2 feminine women. It's actually, for example, me and my cousin. She's very feminine, I'm very feminine. No one plans anything. no one asks anyone out. No one is doing anything. When we meet, we just most likely when we meet, we just chill together. Honestly, feminine, like no one takes the lead, no one plans anything. So we're like, yeah, we just meet and we just like hang out together, right? So this is not a very productive team. And but again, it's about you and your business making a productive team. The more you want to be in your feminine, freedom, relax, flowy, the more you need a structure. So you need to have a plan. What will be done when? What kind of when do I post this? When do I do this? So we're not going to go into structure here. We have another amazing coach coming in talking about structure later, Virginia. But you need a structure. So you need a system that works for you so that you know that, okay, I can just relax. I don't have to think about it and everything is in place. You know how women go through the day always thinking about the to-do list. What do I have to do? What do I have to do? Why? You don't need to do this. Let's just put the to-do list on your Notion note, on your Evernote note, and then you just follow the to-do list. You don't need to always be thinking about your to-do list. Put it on your to-do list, have a structure, have the things that need to be done, and then relax. And then don't think about it anymore. Just follow the to-do list. So structure is important for you to let go of the thoughts and be able to relax, right? In dating, when I would go out on a date by myself without a masculine man who plans everything, I will have to plan everything, yeah, and I would have to plan where I go. So I do 2 jobs, right? But let's say if I plan everything I had, I plan everything I had, I plan the restaurant, I plan the trip, and on this date I just show up, everything is planned, I follow my own structure, then I can just relax instead of like on this date when I'm traveling, trying to find a hotel, trying to find a restaurant. It's like planning ahead to be able to enjoy the moment, to enjoy the process.
Oh, I love your analogy. Yes, and if I actually can put about the feminine and the masculine into how I play around with time, soaking in your time freedom, it is the feminine side, and the masculine is having the structure, having clarity. I think it's really powerful when you have clarity, what you love, what you do not love, which is that's what Ellie mentioned. With our clients, we prioritize a lot of planning, visioning, debriefing, so you know what you love, what you want more of, what you don't want more of. You want more empowered clients, you want more self-leading clients, you don't want needy clients, things like that. Having that focus, okay, focus is that structure, so that you just zoom in on that 2-3 powerful things that all you need to do in a day to get you that results, and the rest of the time you can go relax.
Absolutely. And it's just something that changed my life so much, because then I can actually do the meditation without having my head spinning. Oh, I have to do this to do
Yeah,
things.
me too.
So I have to keep thinking about it. Yeah, just write it on your to-do list. Have the structure. And then the very last point, the very
Yes.
last point to success while having more than enough time, energy, and money is alignment. Alignment and energetic alignment and the action alignment. So we're not going to go deep into that, but let's take it in few views. So for all ladies who follow me with the dating part, you know, I always say that if you're not a vibrational match with someone, if you're all in fear, you want a loving husband, then good luck finding him. It's not a match. You are always in fear. He wants to love you. It's not a match. You're not an energetic alignment. Okay. And same is with your business, with your career. When you're always in fear, lack, when you're always in hustle, when you're always in not enough, and you want to have this abundance and success, it's not an energetic match. Like abundance and success can't come to you because it is not a match. Like it's like a puzzle piece who doesn't fit. So what do? You become aligned. And how do you do that? Actually, you follow all of the steps that we just talked about. Yeah, knowing how to step into abundant mindset, knowing about your limiting beliefs, shadows, knowing about emotional mastery, knowing about your intuition, and being able to receive all of those things add to the point where you can get yourself into alignment. Me and Lydia are actually experts to help you become aligned to something that you desire. But alignment literally looks like this, that when you are, let me give you an example on dating. When you're aligned in being a victim, right? Like you are always I was like that. When I was aligned being a victim, I'm always so blaming others, so sad. I would keep attracting people who were mean, literally. And I didn't set a boundary. I would just keep gossiping about those mean people to my girlfriend, and that's it. Now I changed. I'm now aligned to love. I'm now aligned to empowerment. My emotions and thoughts are aligned to love and empowerment, and my actions too, the energetics and the actions match. So, what does it mean? I embody love. I embody empowerment. If someone behaves badly to me, like they try, like go ahead and try to behave badly to me, you're not going to talk to me a second time, because I also have the aligned action, which is the boundary. So no, I'm no longer the match for someone who's treating me badly. I'm a match for someone who treats me like a queen. And same as with business. When you are aligned to being a victim in a business, or always overwhelmed, always frustrated, always hustling, this is your emotions and thoughts. And usually emotion and thoughts follow action, and then you take the actions, like always shaking, always like, I don't have time for anything, I can't go out with my girlfriend, I can't play with my kid because like everything is all over the place. You are a vibrational match for luck and hustling, having no money. So what what you need to do is becoming aligned to, with all of those other integrations, becoming aligned to have more than enough time, energy, and money. Embody those feelings of, yeah, I have more than enough, and I can rest, and the money still comes and the success still comes. And then you take the right action that lead to that. And we can't go into details in here because it's too complicated, but this is basically something that Lydia and I are helping you with. That is why coaching is a fast track, because we can help you become the energetic alignment in the energetic alignment, and also in taking the right action, not the action that take you back to the opposite goal, but the right action that take you to your goals.
Yes, and I think also the great thing is that we have also been there, done that. You came from that background of not meeting the right man who would treat you like a queen. And I also came from that background where I was always hustling, overwhelmed, and I attract more overwhelmed and hustling, and the vicious cycle continues. So when we actually help our clients, we are like that GPS that actually looks back on like, okay, this is where you're not right. This is where you gotta go. You gotta shift a little bit here. You gotta shift a little bit there. We have that helicopter view, right? The things that they don't see. So we actually save them a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of knocking on the walls. Why would you want to put yourself through that?
And I know this is such an amazing analogy. We are the GPS basically, and how frustrating is it to always drive without GPS, especially in a new city? Yeah, like drive without GPS is like really frustrating, and you're just gonna get lost and not gonna get to your destination. So yeah,
Yes.
that's the beautiful part about me and Lydia. We share, as we also been mastermind partners, that we know how to do the aligned, get you into alignment energetically on an emotional and thought level, so that you are able to call it in energetically, so you can skip all of those all of those 100 calls, right? Like when you align energetically, it's like much, you can literally find you said you had to do 100 calls to find an insurance client, right? But when you're
Right.
energetically, you no longer need to do 100 calls. They
Yes. No way. Even right now, I make like 8, 9 calls, and like 5 of them want to meet me like next week.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
same in my own coaching business. So when I have client inquiries, they are 90% just a perfect match, and I don't need to do anything. I don't need to have like trials with them. It's just because I'm aligned energetically, and I'm so connected to my emotions and to my intuition, and my energy is spreading so loud that the people can take those signals and kind of like read it. If I was a zombie, never sharing my emotions, then you probably wouldn't see if I'm a match energetically or not. But then also, yeah, the planning of taking the right action, because sometimes people are maybe energetically aligned and they feel so they feel so overjoyed, they feel abundant. I had a client actually like that I got her into the state of really joy and abundance, and she was literally not taking the right action. She wanted to start her business, but the action that she was taking was like working out all the time, like without break. And then not because she was hustling, but because she had so much overflowing energy. And then we started doing the actions plan. And then she know, oh, okay, so now I'm like aligned to a lot of energy and time and money, but I'm also gonna use those energy properly. So it's always the balance of feminine and masculine and feminine and masculine and getting into alignment. So basically, alignment means that you no longer run into a cycle, or you run into the wrong direction. You go directly to the direction the GPS is set up. And this is literally the reason why all of the ladies in this community, yeah, you think, wow, they're so amazing, they have achieved success in so little time, right? Like I also changed so fast in so little time. I will share more actually with the interview with Mai later. But it's not that we're special. We are just taking the aligned path. You might be running in a cycle. You might be driving to the wrong direction. And because I'm bringing myself energetically aligned, and I'm taking the right aligned action, I have a 5 minute drive to my aligned goal. So no, I'm not special. I just take the aligned path. And
Nice.
this is something that you will need one-on-one coaching for that. But basically, just take the information that there is a faster path. So don't say, oh, for 20 years, I'm running into the cycle of always meeting this awful man and never making more than, I don't know, 5K per month or 10K. And it's just gonna be like that. No, your GPS is just set to always driving in a cycle. You can change fast. I had clients who made this transformation at age of 50s, 60s. So yeah, there's no excuse here.
Yes, like don't tell yourself that it's not possible. Don't tell yourself that, oh, okay, I'm setting myself up to going to waste another 10 years because that is what everybody else is doing. No, like look at us. We have superseded our time, our success, accelerated our success path because we chose the alignment path. We know that there is another world out there. We went to look for it. We were open to receive it. And if you are actually watching this and you feel like it's your calling, then you know that there's a different reality for you to live.
Yeah. Okay, we're coming to the end. Thank you so much, Lydia, for coming live here with me. Is there anything else you'd like to share?
I think I love our conversation as always. We speak every week. And but yes, like what I said, that it's basically a dynamic dance between the feminine and the masculine side within yourself, as well as in your business, in dating, in the people around you. Like when you actually learn how to master this feminine and masculine dance, it is incredible to how much energy you're going to have, how much enjoyment, and how much clarity you're going to have. And like what Alice, you said, you were so on point. The alignment is the focus. Yeah, the alignment and it's knowing where you want to go very clearly and just going straight for it, not going to the left, not going to the right, or going one big circle behind it, but going just straight for your goals. And I think I really enjoyed our conversation, talk about masculine, feminine, intuition, energy. It was amazing.
Yes, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much, everyone else, for joining. And make sure to write down three biggest takeaways from this poll and your three biggest learnings. So write it down in the comments. I will be reading all of that. And yeah, thank you so much for joining. I see you in the next live stream.
Hey.